Most of the time, when you come into WordPress, this is what you're going to see by default. You're going to be here at the dashboard. There's a few things over here on the left that you're not going to see. This is our template site for Keegan Lanier Media, and all it is showing a bunch of layouts that we've got in place. You know, different designs, different things here. That's what the front end of this site looks like. But we're talking about your installation. You've just got it done. You jump into WordPress. There are a couple of things that you want to do right off the bat to make sure that things run smoothly moving forward, and that there's just a couple tweaks that you want to make. And both of those main tweaks live under this settings menu. So when you first go in, there's a general tab, and this is where the site name, the tagline, your URL, which you really, unless you're more advanced, you don't want to mess with this. This is where your main email address is going to be set. There's a couple things in here that you can change if you want. Time zone being one, and then there's a date and time format, and this is really just personal preference. The other thing that you want to make sure you set up is that under pages, when you first create your WordPress, you want to set up whatever homepage you want to be. So if you go and add a new homepage, and you build things up, you type a welcome message to someone, there's a setting here to where you can actually set that as your homepage. And it's here under reading. And the thing you have to remember here is that WordPress was originally set up as just pure blogging, but now it powers more than 30% of the internet. And this is the setting we're talking about right here. Your homepage displays. So by default, it's going to be selected on your latest post. So it's going to look like a blog on the front end. It's going to show either excerpts or full text, and then be able to link directly into those posts. But if you're creating a real website and you want a static homepage, you would select this option, a static homepage, and then on your drop down, you're going to pick your main homepage, and then you could pick a blog page if you wanted. And you're going to select save, and that's going to point anybody who comes to the web address that you have set up for this website. When they type that in, it's going to send them directly to that first page. So that one's key, is setting this. A lot of people get messed up on this thing because by default it sets it to look like a blog. So this is a key point. The other one is permalinks. Now all these are is basically the way that your links look. By default, WordPress has plain set, which I think is kind of goofy. I don't understand why they haven't changed this yet. Maybe in the new 5.0 version they'll address this. I don't know. It's not really a big deal, but it's just one of those things. By default, they're set up to look like this, and it just shows the ID of the page, which to me is, it doesn't tell you anything. Nobody's going to remember the name of the pages. So always come down here and select post name by default. That way, it's going to show up as the actual name. So if you have an about page where the URL is about, this where it says sample post will just say about. So it'd be layouts.keeganlinearmedia.com/about. A lot easier to remember, a lot better for people who are visiting your site. So when you're done with that change, you hit save changes. Again, make sure that you're always saving these things and getting the updated status here. And that's really the first two things, and really the only things I change inside of my settings. Outside of that, it's going to be changes elsewhere in your site. You know, I mentioned the page a minute ago. You're going to see a ton of pages here for me, but this front page tag is in that settings. Whenever we set the page to our home page, it's going to throw this little descriptor after the name. And so this will be our home page. And the thing I want to do outside of this is set up our main menu navigation. And that's done under Appearance. And you can go down the menus here. And when you select menus, I have a home menu. And it's set to home. So what I did is the front page, which is DIVI layouts, I added it and then I changed the name. So instead of it saying home DIVI layouts, I just changed it to say home. That way it's easier to read on the front end, because you can change these to say whatever you want. You can create your page to be contact, and you can change the name here to say get in touch or contact us or any of that. The key to this one is that if it's your main navigation, select this primary menu. Different themes have different options here. But for what we're using, it's just basic. We'll select that home menu to where it just has the home link as our primary menu. We'll select save. And then we'll come over here to show you what that looks like. Since it says home, you'll see home right here. If we were to change this to say home page, when we come back over here and refresh, you'll see that the name has actually changed. So that's how you can change those menu names, but I just want it to be home. Press save, come back here and reload this page, and you'll see it goes back to home. Now you might notice that there's another menu above this, that secondary menu, and you see the options here. I've actually set my layout menu, which links back to our main Keegan Lanier Media.com, and then it has a drop down. So this is the main menu, and when you look here, you see the two as the primary, return to KLM, and layouts, and these are indented because they're sub items, and you'll see that here, layouts, and then below it in a drop down is all the sub items. So that's kind of some WordPress basics. This way you can get in, you set the way your links are going to look, you set your time zones, and then you come in here, set your home page, and then set up your menus so that people can navigate between the pages. That's always a great place to start. You can design the structure of your site, and it really just takes it from being that generic WordPress CMS blog into being an actual website. So I hope this has really been beneficial for you. If you're just getting into WordPress, welcome to the addiction. It's an amazing platform with so many incredible tools. We hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, we'd love to get your feedback below in the comments. If you feel like you're going to get some value from this, we would absolutely 100% love if you would hit the subscribe button, press the little bell, it's another step, whatever. If you want to stay in touch with our newest tutorials, our newest value that we're going to bring to you. So hit that bell and stay in touch with notifications. We'd appreciate it. We sure love if you spread the word. If there's anybody you know could get some value out of our videos, we would love it. So thank you so much for getting to the end of this. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you in the next video. Have an awesome, awesome day.